Hi, and welcome to another edition of Fire Talkers Revolutionary Conversations to Self. I'm Gloria Mendez, and this is my partner, John Johnson. We are both certified life coaches and owners of True Light Coaching. For this edition of our podcast, we will be talking about colors. Probably scratching your head. Colors. What in the world do colors have to do with life and life coaching? Well, colors actually have a significant role in how we live our life. Colors influence us on a daily basis. So, what exactly are colors? Colors are how we visualize different things in our day-to-day life. So when we look at something, we see the reflection of the light either as red, yellow, green, purple, black, or white, or any variation. And that's where the word color comes from. Colors can elicit a negative response. They can elicit a positive response. And that is how we are going to communicate with you today, is how colors can be used in moving forward or staying stuck in our quest to make our life the best that it can be. So with that, we will start our conversation about colors. John, how have colors influenced you in your life thus far?
Well, for me, it actually helps to, like you say, set my mood. When you go certain places, you want to chill out. Hey, I might wear the color blue. Especially if I go to the gym, putting on certain colors do set the mood, help to keep you focused. Also helps you to remember what team is playing as well. Because sometimes when you're watching and you can't see far, seeing the colors actually help you to remember the actual team that's actually on. But
so instead of glasses, you utilize color recognition.
I need to use my glasses more too.
Probably so. Less
But that's
lazy.
another subject, but we're talking about colors.
Yes, okay.
So, if you really look at the colors, you usually see the rainbow or different shades of the colors in the rainbow. The electromagnetic spectrum, I think it's called. And then outside of those, you don't see those waves. So scientifically, you only see the colors in that spectrum.
A little side note, Mr. John Johnson did teach science prior to this venture.
Right. So if you ever saw the movie The Predator, he saw an infrared. Sometimes we don't see infrared. So with that being said, I think that we're going to talk about colors in a way where, you're aware of them, but you are unaware of them. So I just previously said something about the electromagnetic spectrum or the colors that you can see with the human eye, and we don't see the other waves. It lets you know that there's other things out there that we are either unaware or don't pay attention to. Prime example, if you really think about it, what color do you usually see when you see fast food restaurants? Red. Why? Get your food and get to getting. This is not one of those family restaurants where they're usually like an earth tone, please sit down, relax yourself type of thing. So colors are used on us daily. We're just unaware of that. Colors set the mood. When you're being romantic, you usually use a purple or a red. Valentine's Day is red and white. Halloween which today is usually what? Orange and black. So we are influenced by colors whether we know it or we don't. So one of the reasons why we chose to do colors as a life skill topic is because we're still saying that you still have the power to choose. Now, growing up, you'll look at villains on cartoons always like a darker hue color. And then the good guys always represented a lighter color for whatever reason. for today's topic, when it comes to colors, we want you to decide on what color is best for you, to be honest. Yes, I mentioned wearing blue or having blue calms me down. So does black. So does the color of the sun, like a nice bright yellow. It calms me down. It gets you focused. So when it comes to colors, we also say that you have the power to choose your mood by wearing certain colors. It doesn't necessarily have to be a style of dress or a brand name, but just the colors alone. Surrounding yourself with different colors can give you that moment of distraction if you're feeling low. A moment of distraction if you're just too angry to, stay focused. It can also ground you by wearing certain colors like green and brown. So we're talking about colors in the sense of being aware of certain things that's around you, both known and not known, but also giving you the power to choose the direction of where you want to go internally and externally. Because, like I say, if you're wearing certain colors, it changes your mood, and then which gives you off a certain energy. People might want to come talk to you more, regardless of what color that you're wearing.
I actually went through that kind of transformation this morning. This morning I was very sleepy, despite numerous cups of coffee. Originally, I was wearing a black shirt, not because it was Halloween. That's just what I happened to pick out. And the longer I wore it, the more low I felt. Not for any particular reason. And then I was just like, forget this. Let me put on something bright. And let me just physically brighten myself up and change my mood intentionally. So I did. I threw on, for those of you viewing on YouTube, I threw on this yellow shirt, and it did make a difference. I wanted to be brighter. I wanted more energy, so I picked a brighter color, and that, like John said, that is my power. That is my choice. I know that wearing brighter colors does have an impact on me, and so coffee wasn't doing it, so color did it. And I was not aware of that power that I had with color in years previous. My wardrobe was basically black and gray and white for the longest time. And I'm not certain so much if it was due to the fact of just that professional mentality. Those are just the colors that I wore. But it just really weighed heavy on me. And now I am all about wearing my signature color of red, and now I'm throwing in pops of yellow and blue and green. And not only do I notice the difference, but other people notice the difference. And I can literally say I feel better, my business is doing better, and other people tend to appear to be doing better in my presence.
Are you more conscious of the fact that you wear certain colors now?
I am.
And do you intentionally wear certain colors for particular things, or?
I do. Especially if I intentionally need a pick-me-up. I will go through my closet and I will intentionally find that particular shade of some type of color that I look at it and it puts a smile on my face. And I'm like, yes, I need to wear this. Mm-hmm. And it does it. I crack jokes with myself, and I always have. Red lipstick has traditionally been my signature lipstick. And that used to just do it for me. And not to say that it doesn't still have a mood altering effect on me. But, given the circumstances of the pandemic and the masks and the lack of the ability to necessarily wear lipstick, it lost some of its weight and, let's say, magic. So I turned to clothes. But I still turn to the red lipstick as well. So it's not just clothing, but it's also, accessories. It's a certain eyeshadow color, it's a certain lipstick shade, it's a certain, you know,
But if you're not into that, I
right.
mean, you can have certain stones that you gravitate to.
Exactly. Jewelry. Um,
And that's for men and for women.
yeah,
Sometimes, I will have a certain stone and it's in my pocket, and it's not just for the color or the purpose of the stone. Sometimes my mind just races and I start thinking about other stuff. And I would just hold the stone in my hand that I pull out of my pocket. And like I say, it can be a black onyx stone. It feels grounding. So, when we talk about different colors, again, we're just talking about just, you having the power to choose a color. And don't say that it has to be a color for that reason. You can give it that power for that. Like I say, what Gloria just said, the red lipstick. It can denote certain things to certain people with certain cultures. But for her, that's her thing. Me, I can wear black and feel lively. I feel incognito. Why? Because that's the way I feel. But in the same breath, I can still wear black and feel as light as day, whether I'm in a particular environment or not.
right.
So ultimately, it still goes back to knowing yourself, but having certain colors do give you some type of influence, whether you know it or don't. And I will also say that you should probably um, pay more attention to the colors, like Gloria said, that you wear, that you're around, that gives you a certain tone or a certain type of mind frame. What attracts you to certain things. You know, um, Putting colors in your house also sets the mood. For me, the house is like a temple. So I like certain colors in the house. And sometimes it's just seeing green plants in the house is just soothing, especially if I can't get outside. It's grounding, it's refreshing, it's a good distraction for me. So, again, like I said before, know yourself, but at the same time, as you get to know yourself, you start to see these different influences, and one of those is colors. There's different ways, like we said before, that colors affect you and that are used intentionally and unintentionally. But as you become more aware of them, you can use them as a tool, and that gives you that empowerment. So if you're just having one of those days, whether it's up or down, doing something as simple like Gloria said, is just, changing your clothing. Like I said, you know, uh, sometimes colors also give you a remembrance of certain things. Sometimes we have jewelry that's passed down from one generation to another. Seeing that jewelry, not for say the color, but let's say a mother passed down a pearl necklace to the daughter. You know, it's not so much the color; it's just the meaning behind that necklace, that remembrance. So that remembrance also give you a certain piece of joy as well. I can say silver, aluminum, because my grandmother used to cook dinner rolls from scratch. And I remember all the pans she used to have. So if, I'm in a certain mood, and I'm like, man, I kind of want some bread, and I see the foil, yeah, I'm going to get hungry, but I'm also going to think about my grandmother. So it helps set the tone. It helps give you a certain remembrance when you don't have it at times. But it's still an influence. It's a tool. Anything else?
Um, that is what you said about your grandmother. that is a really significant thing, because when you were talking about that, I was thinking about my grandfather's company logo, being navy blue and white. Um, and it just instantly put me back to, being there with him. And so not only do colors elicit certain proactive memories and feelings and circumstances to help you with your day-to-day functioning and help you to get in a mindset to achieve goals and move forward in whatever way that you need to. But colors can help you to move backwards and heal from certain circumstances that may be impeding you from meeting those goals that you've set for yourself, where you've kind of been wondering, well, why can't I move past this? Why can't I achieve this goal? Why am I stuck? And maybe it's some past work that you need to do that you haven't realized. Well, maybe colors would trigger something in the past that you might need to do some work on.
They say that you only use a very small portion of your brain.
True.
So, with that in mind, I do believe not only that you can access more of your potential by using colors, I also believe that you can, in a sense, rewire yourself as well. Like if I hurt my dominant hand, I had to use my recessive hand to brush my teeth. And for whatever reason, I guess Facebook heard me. Next thing I know, they say if you brush you brush your teeth with your less dominant hand, you rewire your brain. So I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. So as Gloria was talking, I'm thinking to myself, back in the day, you was only allowed to wear certain colors if you were a part of a bloodline. Let's just say royalty. So one of those colors was purple. So if you want to rewire or change your mood, like we mentioned before, and you want to feel like you want to be more empowered, look up colors that give you that empowerment if you are unaware of that. So if you're just a type of person that just say, you know what, I want to feel stronger. And some people are like, well, just wear black. It just makes you look fearless. Don't wear those bright colors. That's up to you. A lot of people will just start wearing purple. Purple, they say, is a color of royalty. Because at one point, they couldn't make purple. So you can actually alter your demeanor if you want to change it. If you want to be, like I say, calm, cool, and relaxed, wear a calm, cool, relaxed color. You don't have to wear the lime green. If you want to feel lively, wear the lime green. But in the same breath, if those colors don't give you that, don't use it if you don't want to, or if it gives you a different reaction than what I just said. You have the power. You have the power to choose, which can change your daily life.
And ultimately, all those labels for the colors, all those guidelines of, well, this color makes you feel this color is this, those are defined by other people. They're not your definitions. You have the utmost and special ability to put each and every color you can find and combination on, wear it, and do your own little experiment. What does this do for me? How do I function with it? How does it help me? How does it not help me? And then create your own color palette based on your personal experiences. That is the pure joy of being human and being independent and free thinking, is you create your own experiences, your own realities from your own choices.
And that's probably one of the reasons why some of you all feel out of place.
Yes.
Because you did not pick your color.
Yes.
I mean, it's sometimes the most simplest thing is the most powerful thing. If you just take that time to just
go against the grain
and just do your grain, follow your own flow. You know, it's awkward, it's hard because you're used and you're trained to do it the other ways. But when you start to get that sense of yourself, regardless of what you're doing to a degree, there is a sense of peace, a calm, and empowerment that allows you to say yes. It gives you that feeling like that's you. That's what you've been missing. All this other stuff is good, but you really want yourself.
Right.
And then from there, you can go so many other places. So today's topic was colors to bring out the more of you in you and let your light shine regardless of if it's a light color or a dark color. You know?
And maybe it's a pattern. Who knows?
I was going to say, it could be the color invisible when you're at home. It's nothing like being